Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Glossy Philosophy. My name is Jansen Binman. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up because today we are doing a 3 Ways Wednesday, so stay tuned. One of the biggest trends this season is English countryside. What does that mean? It means we're going back and we're grabbing some of those classic patterns, those classic textures, and mixing and matching them in a different way. What am I talking about? I'm talking about wools, I'm talking about plaids, I'm talking about ditzy floral patterns, which are like the really itty bitty flowers. It's not quite Western. You feel like you could just jump on a horse and hang out with Mr. Darcy almost. But it is a really fun way to kind of mix and match materials with classic patterns. Let's start with the outfit that I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a faux satin cami by LOFT. The skirt I'm wearing is from LOFT and the one that I'm featuring today. And then I'm wearing a bomber jacket by Evereve. So what makes this outfit really interesting is, again, all those mixtures of textures. The skirt is mimicking wool and it has that really great classic pattern. It's not overwhelming. It's not too small, it's just right, and it has a little bit of that horsebit, which we usually see at Gucci and Salvatore Ferragamo. Now, I'm pulling out the navy that's running through, and I'm also pulling out the cream. I did a cream base with the satin cami that adds a little bit of that shine, adds a little bit of a different texture. It also adds a ladylike vibe against the English countryside, which is really fun. Then I've added a masculine detail with the bomber jacket. So all of these things combined give a lot of different texture play and a lot of visual interest. What am I wearing on my feet? I'm going to wear a knee-high boot in suede because it just feels a little bit more grown up. If I want to go full countryside, I'm going to wear a riding boot in leather. If I want to go a little bit sweeter, I'm going to grab a Mary Jane. Now, when I put on a Mary Jane, it just felt too sweet to me. It also felt like we had a lot of trends going on with the ladylike on the feet, and then English countryside. It just felt a little too much. For me, I think you can't go wrong with a knee-high boot when you have a shorter skirt that goes above the knee. I just think it's really classic, really classy, and it just makes you look really tall, and who doesn't want to look taller? The rest of the rack you can see is in a similar color palette. We've pulled the chocolates, we've pulled the navies, we've pulled the creams. Now, something that you will probably walk by but you shouldn't is a hooded cami. This one is from Evereve and I cannot tell you how often I pair this with jackets. It's such a great layering piece. I don't love it on its own. I really like it paired against jackets. I just think it adds a little bit of a sporty vibe, a little bit of a scratch, especially to blazers. But if you wanted to go with more of that masculine sporty jacket like an aviator or a bomber and do the hoodie, then that would be really nice if you're a little bit more sporty. I like to do that juxtaposition between something like this and a blazer. I think that's really cool. Just like I like to do the ladylike with the cami and then something a little bit more masculine. I always like to play with that masculine feminine. For me, that creates that visual interest. But this is a fantastic layering piece, and I love that this looks great with skirts, midi, short. It also looks really great with pants as well. Denim, dress, it doesn't really matter because it's in a really nice soft knit ribbed material, and the hood isn't too big, it doesn't overwhelm. So Evereve is carrying this in white and black. I have both, I use both, and again, I really like it with a blazer. So that's how I would try it on first. The second thing that you might walk by, which is, yes, kind of going back to that 90s vibe, but it's so great. Again, another really great layering piece. This mock neck t-shirt in a ribbed material, I like on its own. I liked layering with jackets, lots and lots of different jackets. There's something about this that just sophisticates up an outfit and it makes it feel a little bit dressier, a little bit more work appropriate possibly, but I really, really like this. Again, if you want to go a little bit sweeter, go with your Mary Janes, or if you have a lot of running around to do. If you want to go a little bit more grown up, then go with your heeled boots. If you want to go a little bit more English countryside, go with those leather riding boots that are just a little bit of a heel. But this is another fantastic option, and I mean, you can just see with me holding it up and in the modeling shots that it just really makes a huge difference underneath because you've got that nice higher neckline against the lower neckline of a jacket. Of course, we can't discount some kind of a white or a cream or vanilla or marshmallow, whatever you want to call it, button down. This one definitely has those camp or utility pockets in the chest area, and if you have a bigger chest, I would not go with something like this. I would go with a flatter version, because anytime you put pockets somewhere, it's going to emphasize that area, and if you are already emphasizing that area, it could look a little off. I do not have that problem, so this actually works really nicely for me. It adds a little bit of volume where I don't have volume. But I really like this shirt layered underneath not only the jacket, but also a sweater vest, which is still hitting us hard. It hit us hard, I think, for the last 2 years, and it's still going pretty strong, and it plays especially well with the English countryside, because don't you just feel like you could hop on a horse, go riding out, and have a picnic somewhere in a field picking daisies. I mean, it just sounds so lovely. I do like this oversized vest with the extra buttons. The only thing I'll say is that when you start to layer pieces, if they're not organic cotton, if they're not cotton at all, if they're more of that poly blend, you will get a little bit warmer, which is nice when the weather gets colder, but you might want to hold off on these pieces until it does start to cool down, because anytime you don't have an all cotton piece, it is trapping in the heat of your body and it is not allowing your skin to breathe, which again is really nice when you are cold and you're trying to stay warm, but not so nice when it's 80 degrees outside in the afternoon. So just keep that in mind as you are layering on your pieces. Let's talk about the jackets that you've been seeing in the modeling shots. Of course, we have this incredible like toasted pecan faux suede jacket from Loft. It is so beautiful, so lovely, definitely in that Moto jacket style. I really love this color, and I think, again, it's just so warm and soft. It feels good when you have it on. It looks really good. Try it on and try it with your plaid skirts. If a warmer one doesn't work, go find a cooler one, but a Moto jacket, again, is going to add a little bit of edge to your look. The last two jackets, and if you're thinking this is supposed to be a 3-Ways Wednesday, you're getting so many more bonus outfits, aren't you? So you're welcome. We're talking blazers. Blazers are always huge in the fall. Faux leather especially has been hitting hard. And then we have our classic wool blend blazer. So I went with navy because of the navy threads going through, and yes, it does give a little bit of that schoolgirl vibe. So you want to be really careful with your shoe choice. If you go with that Mary Jane, it could look a little innocent, it could look a little sweet. You might want to grow it up with some kind of a boot, whether that's a short boot, a Moto boot, a knee-high boot, something that says, I'm not a little girl. That is the way to go with this. Or you can go with a faux leather or regular leather blazer as well. And again, this warmer brown really is calling into the trends with that toasted pecan color. It looks so good with all those warmer tones that are happening right now in fall. Pair this with something a little bit more sporty. Pair it with something a little bit more sophisticated with that mock neck. I mean, both of these can go so many different places and it looks very, very cool. Again, just be careful about your shoe choice, that you're not going too sweet or you're not going too sassy. But that is absolutely up to you and how you are feeling that day. So those are your many, many more than 3 ways to wear a plaid skirt this fall. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love taking one piece of clothing every month and really breaking it down and seeing how many outfits I can create. Sometimes it's a bazillion. Sometimes it can be only 3. Either way, it doesn't matter, because if you can wear your items more than one way, you are going to keep reaching for them and you're not going to get bored, which is so good. Not only for your wallet, but also for Earth. I do fashion videos every Wednesday, beauty videos every Friday. Make sure you are following me on Instagram and watching the shorts in between the longer styling videos. So I have lots of outfit inspiration, lots of before and afters to make your life a little bit easier and a little bit more glossy, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye!